Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Podcasting and streaming worldwide, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. This Love broadcast is coming to you from the 41st Annual Houston Auto Show at NRG Center in Houston, Texas. Just ahead, another guest plucked from the hundreds of participants at today's show. Conrad's going to have the In Wheel Time Car Clinic. We'll also have this week's auto news as well. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars.
Who's on the camera
who's
right
on
now.
the camera down there. We have...
what's his name?
Old King Conrad DeLong. I was going to say something else, and I lost my train of thought. But whatever the case
Tune in
may
next
be,
week.
For another edition of
What's
we always
name?
need more
Don
Jeff
needs
Zeke.
Prevagen.
And then we also have David Ainsley. He's joining us as well. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he.
Oh, boy.
Different
Here we
show.
go.
Well, first time I thought about that, since it's King Conrad DeLong.
Okay.
That's it. That's all.
And I'm a very old soul.
Yeah, I know. We both are. The old white-haired guys.
Some are older than others.
Yeah, well, we don't need to go there, do we? All right, so joining us in our guest position right now is Chad Fishburne, and he is with Nissan Motors.
All right.
And he does have a face.
I do. It's here, man.
And it's good to see you. Thank you very much for joining us today, and thanks for sharing your booth space with us for 3 hours this morning.
It is our honor and privilege.
Well, thank you.
You guys are having a lot of fun, and we hope that everybody comes on over and checks out our awesome display right here.
Well, let me tell you
Nissan.
something. You got the prime spot right here.
really.
Right in the middle of the show.
It's not too shabby. We're right in between the boats and the cars, so we're kind of hoping that everybody at least has to pass right by, and they're going to see that beautiful new Nissan Z if they're on the main walk
Golly,
here.
is that a good
Yeah,
looking
because you're
car?
right here on the corner, so you
We
got
are.
a good prime spot.
We do like that 90-degree angle.
Yeah,
And
there's
I
no
love
doubt.
the color of the Titan right behind us, too. That dark blue is gorgeous.
Absolutely.
So we can be here next year, too.
Do you do all of the car shows?
I do a lot of them. I've been on the Nissan team for about 13 years.
Really?
So, yeah, they have me go to, much to their chagrin, they have me go to a lot of their shows.
And I assume that you have gone through a lot of suitcases in the 13 years.
Man, I'm telling you. Yep, I have gone through a few. I actually like it when our wardrobe, because they give us a wardrobe that we have to wear. I like it when it doesn't wrinkle. And this one I can shove into pretty much any kind of bag, and I'm just very grateful when we
Sure.
get those. So because having to fold up, the baggage and making sure everything doesn't wrinkle, it always wrinkles anyway. I still haven't. As soon as they come out with an actual bag that doesn't wrinkle stuff, then I'm going to buy it. But
Yeah, because you got to have 5 days worth of nice clothes that are presentable to the public.
that is true.
At a minimum, 5 days.
But you ought to see what he wears on the plane back. Yeah, it's all pajamas. Pajama bottoms.
Yep. No, I'll be honest. I do see that at the. I mean, I try and look somewhat presentable.
Mustard
I guess
stains.
because I'm a little bit old school. Yeah, mustard stains. Yep. Just an old school undershirt with a few mustard stains on it and then some plaid pants. Yeah.
I got that.
Why not?
So let's talk
Flip-flops.
about your display here. You already mentioned that you've got the Z over there.
Yep.
It's not a 300Z or 240Z or anything like that. It's just the Z.
It is just the Z now. Technically, it could have been called the 300Z for a third time, but they opted not to go with that because it is a 3-liter twin-turbo V6 with 400 horsepower. Some people mistakenly call it the 400Z, but when they call it that, we try not to correct them, but it's just the Z
slap 'em.
now.
What is the base MSRP on the Z?
42,210.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty good.
A steal. That's a steal.
That's for the
performance
400
car.
horse one?
Yeah, so that is the advantage over the competition, and we won't mention their names, but it rhymes with Shmoyota. You actually get the 400 horsepower powertrain for $42,000. So you also can get the 6-speed manual. We did that from the get-go, and then our buddies had to kind of revamp their lineup a little bit just to compete with the manual. The manual's still
keep up.
alive.
Well-
Yeah, you do have to keep up.
And if you want a 6-speed manual, you're not going to get one at Chevrolet.
I wasn't going to say it, but you did.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. I
And
appreciate
David's
that.
boys are looking for a Z, I think. They were here earlier.
Okay.
We'll send them over.
You should. What you can do, we have our Z Garage Tour. It's just one of the many activities you can do here in the Nissan display. And so if you sign up, you get a little time inside the Z. You get a poster as well. You can talk to one of our product specialists if you have any questions. And so it's definitely a hot station for us here at the show.
Well, and it's a desirable car. Lots of people come to your display just to see that, and then they get a chance to see everything else that's here as well.
That is true, and people can, like I said, if they enter, they got chances to win prizes. We have trivia going on, so there's a lot of fun stuff happening. We have two different frontiers here. So if you're a truck fanatic, we got the trucks here as well as the sports cars. Little something for everybody.
Is
there
something from Nissan that you don't have here?
The GTR.
GTR?
I always love it when we have the GTR here. Our top-of-the-line supercar with a hand-built 3.8-liter twin-turbo V6 putting out 565 horsepower.
You're talking his language. You're talking his language.
That car.
With all-wheel drive, launch control, and goes 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds.
You got pictures of it in here
What colors
somewhere?
do they come in?
There actually is a GTR Nismo on the wall, and it's just to tease people, really. We're like, oh, sorry, it's not here, but the Z's on the other side of the wall. What was the question again? Was it a color?
Yeah, how many colors?
How many colors for the GTR or the Z?
Give me both.
Okay,
either.
So with the Z specifically, we have monotone colors and two-tone colors. Like the one we have over here is the Sayron blue with a black top. So it's actually, people really love the two-tone options. So overall, you're looking at about 9 different colors with the Z, and with the GTR, it's with the new T-Spec, couple added to it, around 6 or 7 colors on the GTR. That's going off of memory. I tried to go through the brochure in my brain.
Yeah, with the GTR, you just got to look quick, no matter what color.
Color doesn't matter because it's just a blur on the way by.
Exactly. It's
really
burn off.
If you are a GTR fan, and a lot of people
And there
are,
are a lot of them.
They are a lot of them because they either A, watched the Fast and the Furious series, or B, played the video game Gran Turismo. I have done both, just putting it out there. But it's real. People want to see that car. They want to get close to that car. They want to touch it, get inside of it. Because of the heritage, and that's the same with the Z. They both came out same year, believe it or not, 1969.
Really?
Yeah. So as a 70 model for both of them, but it was way back when the Hatsuka or Box Skyline. That was the original Skyline GTR. That was a 69 model, and the 240Z, she came out in 69 as a 70 model as well.
But the GTR is very much a specialty car.
Oh, yeah.
It's not an everyday person's car.
It is not. Nope, not with a starting price of $121,000.
My brother has probably 4 to 5 Zs in the course of his driving career.
All throughout the range?
He puts them away in the winter. He drives his winter car, but yeah, he's had a few.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're excited to have this one, and it's bang for the buck, like we were talking about before. 400 horsepower, 6-speed manual, and the $42,000 starting price and it still looks awesome. The one we have on display is the performance trim, so it is a step up. You're getting a lot of performance options as well as the Bose audio and the leather interior. So if you wanted to step up to that one, cool. But we also get a lot of tuner fans, and they want to modify it themselves. I'm sure you guys have gone down that road once or twice in your life, or maybe more than that.
You see this gray hair? I'm only 35 years old.
35.
Yeah,
I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, I've
Don, your
been
shoes
there.
are 35 years old.
And he belongs to the Liars Club.
The Liars Club.
So the current Z, I mean, it's still a 2-seater, right?
It is.
Didn't they try and make it a 4-seater once upon a time in history?
Oh, it's been a 2+2 for sure. The last time we did that was
2+2.
We actually did the 300 in the 90s was the last time we did a 2+2. So all the way up through 96, and then we took a little break, as y'all know, and she came back.
Finally got rid of that.
Yeah, we've had different versions of it. The last 2 generations, 350, 370, have been either a 2-seat coupe or a convertible. Everyone wants to know what's going on, outside of the Nismo, which, by the way, we do have the Nismo version of the Z now. We just added that to the lineup with more power, more torque, better aerodynamics, and it is basically ready for the track. So that one we just added. Everybody wants to know if there's going to be a drop-top version, and we're just going to have to wait and see on that.
And Nismo is Nissan's performance division that hot rods their cars for them.
Yes, sir. Stands for Nissan Motorsports, and we have a version of the Z as well as the GTR. And those versions don't play, especially with the GTR, because there's a ton of carbon fiber, carbon ceramic brakes. The new GTR Nismo now has a front limited slip diff as well, and a huge, much larger rear wing, adding to that downforce. So, it's
because that rear wing's not for show.
It is
That's
not.
for go.
No, and I love it when people strap it on to their 1992 Civic. And
Exactly.
it's like, are you really adding downforce to go pick up the laundry?
No, it's adding a push bar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that goes along with the coffee can exhaust that's hanging off the back.
A
of it.
push bar. That's good.
I'm not taking anything away from the current Civic. People don't hate on me, Honda fans out there. But like that one, the Civic Type R is actually pretty badass. So that's I'm a fan of all cars. Obviously, we're going to talk about Nissan, but I'm a fan of all cars.
I want to go back to the Z.
Yes, please.
Is the Z on lots in the dealers around town?
It sure is.
So there is a supply of them around town.
There absolutely is a supply, and it's going to depend on the area and the specific dealership. But what we can do for people is when they come to the show, or they can just call up their dealership. I don't recommend going on a wild goose chase necessarily, but
Don't have to do that these days.
Yeah, just punch it up on NissanUSA.com, and then you can say search inventory. You type in your zip code, search inventory, and then it'll show you what Z's specifically are in your area
and what dealership they are.
what dealership they're at. So yeah, absolutely, you can do that.
Yeah, so you don't even have to go look for the dealership.
You don't. We always recommend that people call them first, though, because
but if you just start in your search, like how many 15, 20 dealerships around?
Yeah, you get a
Houston
plan.
area.
Yeah, you get a route.
you do
Check them out.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. They don't update it it's not updated to the minute. So just to make sure that somebody didn't buy it yesterday.
As you say, as quick as they sell.
Yep.
You want to call, make sure it's there before you go.
Especially
How is inventory overall at the dealerships today?
specifically with just all vehicles, or just
Generally speaking,
it's looking really solid. It's
good.
Good numbers, and we hope that people come and we can set up test drives for them here at the show. It's as simple as, and we know that some people don't necessarily want to be hounded. All we get is people's email address, and then they can set up the test drive at their leisure, just making it really easy for people, sending them information, allowing them to set up the test drives. And, of course, we highly recommend that, with the Z, but we've got some other models that they might want to check out, like our Pathfinder Rock Creek. That's kind of a little more family-oriented, seating for up to 8 in the Pathfinder now, but with the Rock Creek specifically.
Really?
Yeah, so you can do a bench in the second row, making it an 8-seater.
Yep.
But with the Rock Creek, it's actually captain chairs in the second row with a removable center console. We've got those really cool off-road, this right behind y'all, so when you get a chance, check it out. But it is got the off-road wheels and tires, those bedlock wheels, the tubular roof rack, and it actually does have a little bit of a suspension lift on it. So it's for adventuring. It's for the outdoors.
Yeah.
And the Rogue is still your number one vehicle.
It sure is.
For a reason.
For a reason. Yeah. Great balance of power and fuel economy, 201 horsepower, 225 on the torque, and up to 37 mpg's highway.
Yeah, my son has one.
Oh, he does?
He loves it.
Okay, good. I was going to ask. I couldn't. I was trying to, look in your eyes and see if I should ask that question.
No. He loves it, but his is all-wheel drive, and they go up to Tahoe to go skiing and stuff. And he says they really have no issues going through the snow and stuff. So
out in California, then.
Yep.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, you gotta love Tahoe.
Driving through the Donner Pass.
Yeah. There you go.
Through it. Don't stop.
Please don't stop.
3 or 4 weeks.
My daughter, my oldest daughter, my grandson's mother.
There you go.
Just bought a new Rogue.
Okay.
Yeah, a gray one.
Well, now everybody else has to get one too. I feel like it's a pattern now.
Well, they're so popular, and I read a story that they're thinking about pulling the Rogue factory back to Japan to make room for something else here. I don't know what it is that they want to build here, but everybody's up in arms. Oh, you can't do that. Yeah, you can. You can build it anywhere you want to. Just don't stop building it. It's too popular.
Well, Nissan's been building in Smyrna for how many years?
Yeah,
where did they start?
Back in the
85,
80s.
84, 85?
I feel like it was right around then. Maybe I want to say 82, 83. I would need to double check my numbers on that one, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. And then we have our truck plant in Canton, Mississippi. So we got 2 plants here in the U.S., and that puts out most of our vehicles in the States. Now, that's not all of them. Like our sports cars are still built overseas. But a lot of our vehicles built right here in North America.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the number? Is Rogue still the number one selling vehicle?
Number one.
Yeah.
You got it. Number one. Sentra has now crept up to number 2. Ultima used to be our best seller, and now I'm pretty sure she's coming in number 3. Last I looked, so that is kind of our
Sentra.
top 3. Sentra. I mean, the bang for the buck on that one is pretty.
That's a name that's been around for a long time in the Nissan family as well.
Absolutely, it has been. So great fuel economy. And a lot of people are going away from the sedans, as y'all know, but we still have 3 in the lineup right now, and hopefully news to come, down the road about new products, because by 2030 we're supposed to have a nice chunk of our lineup that will be electrified, but that doesn't mean that we're going away from gas-powered vehicles. Everything we have on the floor.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because ask Ford how good their F-150 Lightning is doing these days.
Yeah.
Not too good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I think, we're learning, and it's just about, getting better all the time, continuous improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you going to be here in the display? Not on display, but in the display.
I will be in the display, on display. I will be standing on stage, and I'll be signing autographs for the rest of the
That's great.
very good.
That's great.
He's got hero cards.
Hero cards. Great.
I do.
How many associates do you have with you here?
We have a nice team of 8 people, including myself.
Okay.
Great product specialists, very knowledgeable. We also have some brand ambassadors kind of helping us out with the activations, with the prize giveaways and trivia and such. So, it's actually, we're having a lot of fun here. People are really enjoying playing the trivia. It's a family activity. So you can team up with the kids, and you don't have to be an automotive expert or even a Nissan expert to play. So we try and give hints and make it fun for everybody.
Do you live here in Houston?
I do not. I actually live out in California.
Oh.
So I'm originally from Florida, and spent most of my time in the Southeast. Florida, Georgia, went to middle school, high school, college in North Carolina. So I went to East Carolina University. I'm a pirate. And then my wife and I, after
Yes,
we got,
you are.
Yeah,
Where's your patch, man?
I didn't bring it today. My eyes actually healed up nicely, so I didn't feel like I
good.
needed to have it on the. You guys told me when we were filming, so I put on my makeup and everything, and
That's good.
Tried to look cute.
Yeah. So where are you in California?
Los Angeles.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad it's you and not me. I like it here in Houston just fine. Thank you.
Houston
for
is
asking.
nice. Everybody has been very nice. I like the community here. Y'all have amazing sports teams, and and like the fandom. We just came from Philadelphia, so again, amazing fandom. Like the passion there is kind of
Yeah, but we don't
unmatched.
burn our city down when they win.
That's good. That's probably a good thing. No, we don't
You know
want
what
to
I
do
think?
that.
Philadelphia. There's a couple of things actually. The Philadelphia Parking Authority.
Oh, yeah, the
You
show.
ever
TV
watch
show,
that
yeah.
show?
No.
Oh my God!
Is that-
Parking Wars.
Parking Wars.
My dad watches that show.
Oh, thanks. So there's that, and the Philly Fanatic.
Okay. Well, you have
Well,
Philly
another
fanatic.
point of trivia, isn't the Eagles football stadium was one of the first and probably the only that actually had a jail in it.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
But I mean that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
for the fans.
yes.
Because it's still
I
there.
thought they
I
just
don't know.
paroled the players.
No, it was for the fans.
For a
all
game.
not the players, Conrad. The fans, they had a jail for all the rowdiness.
When I say passionate, I was being nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clean it up.
We know. Clean it up, Buttercup. That's exactly right.
We thank you again for letting us borrow your space for our broadcast. We appreciate it. And all of
Absolutely.
those that were on the Zoom call that apparently had to sign off and then, okay, I guess we'll let them go over there.
Like Steve was like, "Listen, guys, please try not to cause too many problems while you're there."
Yeah. Well, and don't forget to be sure and tell Steve Parrott, Ray said hello.
Oh, it's Ray, is it?
It's Ray.
Okay, but only the people closest to you call you Ray.
Well,
No, we don't. No, we don't want to see Ray again.
Yeah,
he
but-
becomes a different person. It's
He's
Jekyll and
not
Hyde.
dressed for Ray.
But when you
no.
talk to Steve, ask Steve about the Ray story. It dates back a number of years.
Does it
But
involve a
yes.
sequin suit?
No, it doesn't actually. It was
Red
a phone
pumps.
call.
Okay.
It was a phone call to Steve, and so I'm sure you'll appreciate it.
I can't wait for that.
And if you
story.
lose your job over this, I think
No, I don't think you will. You will not
Captain
lose your-
Kurt Marine is hiring.
I mean, if we're not short on time, maybe you just tell us now, Ray.
Well, Ray will have to tell you another time because we have things to do here. But Chad Fishburne, thank you so much for joining us, bud.
Appreciate it, guys.
We appreciate it
And
too.
thank you, Nissan, for sharing your
Yes,
space.
Absolutely. Thank
Yep.
you guys so much.
Time now for Conrad's Car Clinic here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. And by the way, if you've not noticed, we are broadcasting live today from the Houston Auto Show that is sharing the space with the Houston Boat Show. So it's called the Houston Autoboative Show. So there you go. We're at NRG Center, which is right next door to NRG Stadium. And we invite you to come on down. The car show's closing tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Time now for Conrad's Car Clinic.
So we're going to talk about something important that was very important all week, this week and last week, and that's your windshield wipers. You know, you've been there happily driving down the road when suddenly you're hit with a torrential rainstorm, and you know, and then you get panic struck and you're driving white knuckled because you got to turn the wipers on because you may or may not be able to see. No, there's nothing for this, Jeff. So you want to make sure that your wipers are fresh and new. My recommendation is to replace the wipers at least once a year because you want that visibility so that you can see where you're going. You know, running your blades over a frozen windshield. You know, we had some frost in the morning last couple of weeks. You know, that'll damage the blade. Also, bird droppings, bug guts, all damage the wipers over time. So, you know, if you do something, at least get out there every now and then and
wiper blades are cheap.
Wiper blades are cheap. There's less expensive ones and there's more expensive ones.
Buy the middle of the road ones. They do just a great job.
Well, I'd say if you're buying the cheap ones or the middle of the road ones, you need to replace them twice a year.
Yeah.
If you're buying the higher dollar ones, you can get away with once a year. You know, you think about you know, some of the better ones that are out there. Rain-X sells a Latitude wiper blade that actually has Rain-X built into the rubber.
Really?
That, you know, it'll apply a little bit of Rain-X while you're driving, so you can literally see the water beating up on your windshield while they're working. You know, but they're not cheap. But, you know, again, the range of them, those are probably twice the expense of the cheaper ones. But you want to definitely make sure you're replacing your blades on a regular interval. A number of reasons. First off, while you're driving so that you can see. Second off is that you don't damage the windshield. You know, at some point I've seen people that have run their blades so long there isn't anything left, and you get this metal scratch on the windshield, and you get this nice little arc on your windshield from the metal scratching it. So you don't want that. You know, many parts stores will put the wiper blades on for you for free. You go inside, buy them, they'll come out and put them on. Really pretty easy. And you could buy the less expensive ones, $12 to $15. The more expensive ones in the $30, $35 range.
I usually go for the $20 ones.
Yeah, mid-range, because you're going to change them twice a year. You should change them twice a year.
Listen, as little as I drive my car.
Well, as Conrad said, the heat will bake them to the glass or whatever structure, the cowl.
Well, it has not done that yet. And I don't have one big, huge shard of rubber flopping back and forth after they've worn off of the actual metal blade.
You know, another place you can get wiper blades, this isn't a commercial for them, is Discount Tire.
Yeah.
You know, they've added wiper blades to their repertoire of stuff that they sell. And again, putting them on, some people get a little confused because all the clips are a little bit different from blade to blade.
At least variety pack.
Let the experts put them on for you. It might take them 5 minutes to put them on, and off you are down the road.
Or just go to Conrad's house; he'll put them on for you.
That's right.
Really? I'm not driving that far for you to put on wiper blades. No, I'm not going to do that.
So, keep your wiper blades new and your windshield clean.
Always keep your windshield clean.
You betcha.
Everything needs to be clean. Got some stories to tell you about. Automotive stories, that is. Tesla is recalling nearly 200,000 Model S, X, and Y vehicles in the U.S. due to a software malfunction that could obstruct drivers' visibility while reversing, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. This came out yesterday. Development comes less than 2 months after the company recalled nearly all of its vehicles in the U.S. to install new safeguards in its autopilot advanced driver assistance system. Rear-view malfunction caused by software instability might decrease the driver's visibility and increase the risk of a crash in reverse. The recall affects the S, Y, and X models from 2023. Kia is recalling 101,409.1 vehicles because of issues with roof molding, loosening, and detaching. The recall includes certain 23 and 24 Sportage and 22 to 24 Carnival vehicles.
Flopping in the wind.
Roof molding could be defective. A detached roof mold could create a road hazard for other vehicles, increasing the likelihood of a crash, according to NHTSA. Dealers will inspect the roof molding and replace or secure it if necessary for free. Owner notification letters are expected to go out March the 15th.
Along with a tube of super glue.
Apparently. Yeah. But go ahead and replace that.
Yep.
Because you don't want to be sued by somebody where your roof molding pierced the windshield of the car.
It's not like there's all kinds of debris on Houston roads anyhow.
Consumer Reports, Honda HR-V rear windows are shattering. And here's what
Just
owners
once.
should do. Yeah. The problem has to do with a manufacturing defect involving the rear defroster. Okay? Honda says the problem is due to the sealer used to secure the rear glass on some HR-Vs to come in contact with the defroster's heating elements. Over time, this weakens the glass as the defroster creates a hot spot, but the automaker advises owners to continue using the rear defroster as needed. We probably don't have to worry too much about that around these parts.
No.
Because it's not a recall, the current service campaign doesn't appear when owners search for open recalls on their vehicles. But take it in.
But if your rear glass breaks all of a sudden when you turn the defroster on, bring it to your Honda store and get it fixed for free.
Yeah, that's not good. Also, online, and this is finally, it took about 4 days for it to make national news. It took about 4 days, I say, for Vroom of Houston said Monday it plans to wind down its e-commerce operations, citing a need to preserve liquidity. No, they're going.
I need money.
Yeah. Company will suspend used vehicle transactions through Vroom.com, according to the news release. Vroom also intends to sell its current used vehicle inventory through wholesale channels, halt purchases of additional vehicles, and reduce its workforce by 800 employees or 90%.
Yikes.
You do realize that Vroom is based here in Houston.
It's the Texas Auto Direct on 59 in
Right.
Stafford.
Did you know that?
No mas.
59 in Beltway 8.
Yeah.
No mas.
So, no more. Vroom reported a net loss of, are you sitting down?
Yep.
$82.9 million for the third quarter alone, which ended September 30th. That was more than both the $51.1 million it lost in the same period in 22 and the $66.3 million it lost in the second quarter.
Hey, but it keeps going up.
The fourth quarter numbers aren't out yet.
Total revenue fell 31%. What in the world did they do wrong?
They advertise too much.
Top heavy.
I didn't really see a lot of advertising for Vroom.
Oh, I see them all the time.
Yeah.
Where do you see them?
Yeah. The
I watch
TV
a lot
or-
of, I watch
Yeah.
a lot of Discovery, Fox, and History Channel.
Yeah.
They're on it all the time.
Wow, I guess I just missed it. They clearly missed reaching the right audience to sell cars.
Yeah. Well, so you heard Jeep also dropped a teaser for the Wagoneer S model, announcing an all-electric vehicle that's being added to their product portfolio.
Oh, that's great.
And we'll follow up on that in a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think that we need to follow up that after we talk to the Ford guy and ask him what in the world's going
No,
on
you
with
don't want to
the.
put him on the spot for that.
with the-
Stellantis is also continuing to eliminate V8 availability. They announced that the SRT 392 Rubicon is done with production.
Quick break now. You're on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Back after this.
Rev your engines and set sail for the ultimate surf and turf. The Houston Autoboative Show, January 24th through the 28th at NRG Center. One ticket gets you into both the auto show and the boat show. See your favorite car and boat brands under one roof. Learn about the latest electric vehicles and test drive one with Evolve Houston. Board your dream boat and check out the bass fishing demos. It's the Houston Autoboative Show, January 24th through the 28th. Buy early and save at autoboativeshow.com.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipes mean when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the original Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here's the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Speaking of original, nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located just off I-10 and the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggie Land? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station, located just around the corner from Kyle Field. It's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Headed east to Louisiana, stop in at the Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont. It too's on I-10. You can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants invites you in for the best Tex-Mex anywhere. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.